Huh. The future of video gaming. As the fate of the world grows ever more unclear, the space of interactive entertainment continues to waver in and out of flux. Do home consoles have a future? How will the jump to mobile affect our beloved franchises? And what is this VR thing that's been teasing my wallet for about a year now? No one knows now, and it's likely that no one will know for months or years. But there is one game that has been asking me questions like this, and I really wish my answer to it was more definitive. That game is Super Mario Run. If any plumber's going to try and forge a new future for this medium, it's gotta be Mario. After all, the first Super Mario Bros. Made us rethink platforming, and Mario 64 made us rethink it all over again in 3D. And by the way, it still totally holds up. I did a whole 20-minute video about how it still holds up. Fight me. So can Mario make us rethink the platformer again now that it's on a buttonless phone? Maybe? The whole mobile runner genre isn't anything new, so Mario isn't exactly forging any new frontiers here. Mario Run isn't revolutionary or anything, but it is still a very fun experience. And for $10, I'd say I got my money's worth. It feels enough like a Mario game, and every level's got lots of doodads and stuff to do, so yeah, it's good. But it's not perfect. There were several areas where I don't think Nintendo thought the idea of an automatic runner through enough, most notably with the Bowser and Boom Boom battles. In some of the levels like the ghost houses, I was constantly thinking to myself, man, I wish I had a D-pad. And on a brand new, different platform, that's the last thing you want your players to think. I feel less like Nintendo wanted to forge a new path with Mario, and more like they just wanted to prove that Mario can work on mobile. And yeah, it kinda does, but there were many moments where I wanted my controller back. Like, look at what Square Enix did with Hitman Go. That is a perfect translation of Hitman from core gaming platform to mobile. There were radical design shifts, hell, the whole genre had to change. But it gave us a cool experience that really felt like a Hitman game on the go. Or the Rayman Run games. Those games more or less do what Mario Run does, but their levels feel more streamlined and more naturally suited to a touchscreen than Mario Run. My core concern isn't that Nintendo made a bad Mario game. They didn't. They just made a very sloppy Mario game. They didn't change the experience enough to match a mobile setting. I love the idea of it, but there are little snags that keep it from reaching its promise. Like the levels where I wished I had a D-pad, or the always online DRM, or how it gorges battery life like a Wii U controller. Nintendo needs to realize that they are developing for a platform that is not their own, and that certain genres are going to work way better on a touchscreen device than others. Games like Knights of the Old Republic or the Final Fantasy ports work really well on a phone or tablet. Pokemon Go utilized the platform in a unique way, and it was a total slam dunk. For a few weeks, anyway. Hell, Nintendo released Fire Emblem Heroes pretty much right alongside Mario Run, and it was a great mobile game. I mean, I don't like how a lot of it is based on luck, but it showed us that a game like Fire Emblem is far better suited to mobile than Mario is. Basically, the takeaway here is that if Mario can be done on mobile, Mario Run is probably not the way to do it. It's close, but not quite. If the levels were less complex and the boss fights were optimized to work on a mobile auto-runner environment, then yeah, I think it would be a slam dunk. But, Nintendo, what if you make the pessimistic decision and just conclude that Mario just isn't for mobile? I think that's also fair. You're basically handicapping your most famous mascot just so he can work on mobile, and you have to be very careful to make that work. So what other games can you do on mobile? Well, I can think of at least 3 Nintendo properties that would be awesome on mobile devices. First, Mario Party. Think of it. It'd be like a Words with Friends thing where each player takes their own turn moving around the board, then competing in a minigame trial individually to see who's best at that minigame. Think that's a bit complicated? Well, then how about WarioWare? That could be a fun, unpredictable game that's perfect for bus rides, proves great as a breeding ground for short creative ideas, and it suits the microtransaction structure if you want to make it free to play. I'd be totally fine paying for microgame packs for $1 each if the game were free to play. And finally, Elite Beat Agents. I mean, come on, it's perfect. It's the perfect game for mobile. Why haven't you made another one of these, Nintendo?